Good day and welcome to Aussievision. Today we're talking about one of the hot favourites at Eurovision, Malta. It's Destiny with Kyriakos, a great, powerful, up-tempo number that has become one of the hot favourites for this year. And without further ado, we are going to go straight into our jury score, and we're going to give our score out of 10 for jury appeal. So are we ready to give our numbers? All right. 1, 2, 3, let's go. We have a 7, we have a 10, we have a 9. Lift yours up a bit more, and 8. All right. Well, Fleur, you gave a 7. Let's start with you.
Only because I think the song is a little divisive on the fact it's just such a female empowering anthem, which a lot, like half the audience can relate to it, let's be honest. Also, Malta, they're sort of with their staging, although I think Sacha Jean-Baptiste is going to do this one. But yeah, Malta isn't a country that I would put all my money on. I think it's a good song. I think she's a fantastic talent. But yeah, I think it's the song, like the actual subject of the song. Not everyone can relate to it. And it's a little bit annoying with just the one French sentence, and that's it. Je me casse. Everything else is in English. So it's almost like, why is that even in French? Look, it's a clever song. I just think there are other songs in that semi-final that will probably get a higher score. That's all.
That's fair enough. And after that was, I think, Hugo, what did you have again?
I had 9.
9. Okay, we'll go with Hugo. Why did you give it 9?
I think this is amazing. Juries are supposed to vote on musical ability, musical talent, and I think Destiny probably is up there with the best voice in the competition. We've seen her sing live a couple of times with her Eurovision song this year and last year, and she can hit the notes. So I think as a jury member, you can't not be impressed by that. So I think this has really, really big jury appeal. I can hear this on the radio. Like, I think it's a really contemporary song with I don't mind the French a little bit. Obviously, I'd like a bit more French maybe, but it sounds really contemporary. I like the brass, really modern feel, and I think just juries go for radio-friendly, big voice. So I think this has really good jury appeal.
You're right with that. Jury does go for more radio-friendly songs. But Josh, you gave it an 8. Can you explain your reasoning behind that?
Yeah, so I think the juries will definitely like it. Like everybody else said, her vocals are flawless, but I do feel like her vocals are a little bit wasted, the jury might think. I think the fact that the main part of the chorus is she literally just says je me casse, and then it's just like a sort of brass beat breakdown kind of thing. It reminds me a bit of like She Got Me from a few years ago. And yeah, I feel like the juries won't appreciate the fact that she doesn't use that amazing voice to the sort of extent that she could do.
Well, I ended up giving it a 10, the highest one out of the group. And yeah, I have to follow on with what Hugo said. She definitely has the voice. She's demonstrated that she can sing live well before. She's won Junior Eurovision. She's come in with another powerful voice, which Malta usually known for. Was it with Ciara back in the early 2000s? And I really feel like she has a moment with this song. That moment that she has where she's like, ladies, listen to me. It's almost, maybe I'm going a bit too far with this, but like a dummy moment. I feel like her vocals are just going to really hit that. And that will become one of the biggest moments of this year's Eurovision. And if that does happen, I feel like, yeah, she's going to go pretty far with the juries and probably even win the jury vote in this semi-final one. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Right, you're shaking your head a little bit, Josh.
I don't know. I have
not convinced.
Doubts she'd win. I think she'll do well in the juries, but I think she's more of a televote favourite, I think.
Well, talking about televotes, now it's time for our televote appeal. Okay, so again, score out of 10 for our how we think Destiny's going to go with the televote. 1, 2, 3, go. Ooh, pretty close there. 2 8.5s and 8 and 9. Okay, let's start with you, Josh. Following on with what you mentioned before, why did you give 9 for Destiny?
I think she's going to be way more of a televote favorite. I think it reminds me sort of Toy with like the upbeat song, but with a good voice and the female empowerment lyrics as well. I just feel like with like the chorus breakdown rather than the lyrical content, I feel like that's more something that the viewers will like rather than the jury. I think it's going to be a big crowd pleaser. And I think it's going to go off on the night. I think she could definitely win it, but I think if she does win, it will be more based on the televote rather than the jury vote.
Do you think that she may win the televote appeal in semi-final 1? Or just be higher?
Yeah, definitely. I think she could definitely top the televote for sure.
Okay. And then we have Hugo. Sorry, what was that?
I'd love if she did.
And Hugo, you gave an 8.5.
Yes. I think she's a massive televote appeal as well. She's closing the semi-final, which obviously is a nod by producers to say, we think people are going to tune in and wait to see your performance. So I think by that notion, it's got pretty good televote appeal. I think the message of the song is really good. Even not as a woman myself, you can still feel a little bit empowered, maybe not with as much of a personal connection to the lyrics as some other people. But I just think this is a fun song. People are going to remember it. The dance break, as much as maybe it doesn't let her show off her vocals, it does open the door for some amount of choreography. And we saw in the music video, she's got lots of styles. So it'll be interesting to see which styles she brings to the stage. But I think this is memorable because of the overall package, because of her voice, because of the brass instruments. I think it's got a really good televote appeal as well.
And Fleur, you gave us 7. Yes.
I go at 8.
Oh, sorry.
Look, I think, I do agree that it is more of a televote song. She's won Junior Eurovision, but I don't know how many, like us who follow Eurovision a lot, would know that. The average person out there who is just going to tune in is not going to know that. People just, the Eurovision fans, not us who live it and breathe it. Given it's after Ukraine, that's sort of factors in for me, because that's a big song to follow.
See, I feel her advantage is wrapping it up at the end. Like if she really has a power, I do agree with what you're saying, that after Ukraine, if there's a bit of buzz after it and then watching Destiny, how that translates. But if she nails it, I'm pretty sure that that's going to wrap up semi-final 1 really nicely with a nice little glow. I agree with all your comments that I do feel like, now I gave it a bit lower than the jury, but I do feel like the public are really going to go for it. It's a much more fun entry than what she had last year, just the up-temperedness and the fun that she's having with it. And she's going to have big staging. She's talking about a really amazing dress as well. And she's going to have dancers. So, it should come together really nicely and appeal to the public. So now, where do we think it's going to end up in the semi-final?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think she'll probably win. The semi-final for sure. I think she's going to win the televote, in my opinion. Jury, she's going to come very high. Maybe win that. Maybe definitely top 3. I think. And I think overall she's going to win. She's got the vocals. She's got the upbeat banger. She's got the empowerment. She's sort of bringing everything to the table that just sort of averages out to that. She's going to do amazingly well. Yeah, for sure.
And Hugo, where do you think she's going to come up in a semi-final 1?
I think this is a definite qualifier. Probably goes without saying. A lot of the time for Malta, it's been, will it qualify? Now I think it's a case of how well is it going to do. I would put my house on this making it to the grand final. I definitely think it'll come in the top 2 or 3 of the semi-final. She's got the voice and the jury appeal, as we've spoken about, and also closing the semi-final. It's a really big bonus for the Televote, especially being a shorter show. Definitely top 2 or 3 in this semi-final, I would imagine.
And Fleur, what are your predictions?
I think this is going to qualify. There are a few female bangers in this semi, but I think this one is one of the stronger ones. So I think this one safely goes through.
Yep, I agree with all of you. Definitely a qualifier, possibly a potential winner for the semi-final. I do feel like the Roop is probably her best competition with the Televote, but the Roop are opening up the show, so maybe that's a little bit of a disadvantage for them. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, top 3 for sure, possibly winner for sure as well. So yeah, totally agree with you all there. Okay, so now it's time for the average score. We gave, as a group, we gave the jury 8.5 for Destiny Kyriakos, and we also gave 8.5 for the Televote. That's pretty high and pretty consistent across the board. Any further comments about that? No.
Yeah, I think
we've covered it all with Malta.
Oh.
No, go, John.
I think it shows sort of the broad appeal that the song has. Like Televote and the jury are both really gonna go for this song. I think it shows that, yeah, it's for sure gonna qualify, like everybody said. And then, yeah, I think it definitely is a potential winner for the grand final.
Well, that wraps up really nicely. Thanks everyone for joining us. Check out our other videos on our YouTube channel. And thanks to everyone in the Aussievision team for joining us today. See ya.
Thank you.